Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's post-match press conference after a quarterfinal match of the U.S. Open Cup against Columbus Crew. We have head coach Pascal Jansen. If we have any questions, please raise your hand. We'll get started with Michael.
Pascal, it's Mike Ander from Blue City Radio.
Hi, Michael.
Talk to us. I'll ask the obvious question. Talk to us through that four-person sub around the 60th minute. It almost felt predetermined.
Well, there's a few things that you need to recognize also, that we've been playing so many games in a short period of time, and we're traveling now to Columbus. Obviously, we wanted to go through to the semis, but there's also a moment that we have to play again on Saturday against Nashville. And the guys that we took off have been playing so many minutes for us in the last period of the games that we've been playing. So we needed fresh energy up front, and that's why we chose to use those four guys for the final 30 minutes.
Anyone else? Go ahead, Christian.
No.
Pascal, tough loss. Obviously, seeing Columbus in such a short period of time is always an interesting scenario. What did you take away from this match in terms of just the performance that the team has been able to put up with the last couple matches? Did you see a sort of consistency that's helped you guys win 2 in a row in league play?
Yeah, especially in the first half. Obviously, we try to control the ball as we normally do, and I think we did that quite decent. But when you play so many games in a short period of time, the first goal is very important to get yourself on the score sheet. I think the chance we had with Pepe was a perfect moment for us in this tough away game to put us in a good position for the rest of the game. Unfortunately, Pepe missed and kept us in balance for the rest of the game. And then, like I said to the guys in the dressing room, then there's one minor mistake in defensive principle that we don't have it 100%, and we get punished for that moment, which is a sad thing, because I think even though they had a little more possession than we did at one point in the game, it was an unnecessary goal to concede.
Pascal, if I could just follow up, just in terms of sort of the momentum you've been trying to build the last few weeks. Mm-hmm. World Cup break is coming up soon as well. One more game in league play. I'm just curious, the chance to kind of move closer, an inch closer to in a trophy, which is always sort of the stated goal of this organization, mm-hmm. is something that you kind of have to remind them, hey, we're still in a good spot? Or I guess, how do you kind of balance the loss and the opportunity that was at hand with trying to keep the positivity, I guess?
Well, obviously, when you lose a game the way we did tonight, we're all sad, because we were all very focused on putting ourselves in a good position to go to the semifinal, and that is something that we didn't achieve. However, like I've mentioned a couple of times already, the games are coming so fast that we don't have time to sit and whine about it. We'll take the 24 hours like we always do in a win or a loss or a draw. And then we have to get ready again to play Nashville, which is one of the better opponents in the league at the moment. And we have to push ourselves in order to keep that momentum in the MLS. But we're very sad that we were not able to get closer to winning a trophy, because once you're in the quarterfinal, it's just a few games away to get yourself in the final and compete for that trophy. So that's the sad thing from today.
Matt?
Hey, Coach. Matt Mangum, New York Soccer Journal.
Hi, Matt.
Hello. I wanted to ask about Keaton Parks. Obviously, naming the starting lineup then was scratched for Johnny Shore. Can you just give us more of an update about what happened with Keaton and maybe his status going to Nashville?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what tomorrow will bring, but he was busy with his warm-up, and when he went into the shooting drill, he felt something in his groin area, which we didn't want to take any risk with. So we have Johnny available as well. So we had to make the sub as fast as possible, and we were happy that Johnny was available and we could put KP on the list as well.
JR?
Hey, Pascal, JR DeBart, Blue City Radio.
Hi, JR.
Do you believe that, as currently constructed, this roster is competitive enough to win a trophy this season?
Well, we were close getting ourselves to the semi-final of this Open Cup. There's a few other opportunities because we're not part of the Open Cup anymore. Obviously, the MLS season is over 34 games, and then it's the playoffs. So that is something that we're looking forward to keep the momentum going in the MLS, so we can compete at the end of the season for the playoffs and further on, like we did last season. And then there's the Leagues Cup, which is also part of the routine once we get back after the World Cup break, and that gives us another opportunity to compete for a trophy. But like I said, it's unfortunate that we have to leave this tournament earlier than we planned.
Christian Arnold?
Coach, I'm curious. This is the second time now. Just going back to Keaton's injury for a second. This is the second time now you guys have had a player injured in warm-ups. Is there something in particular, or is it just sort of that's happening that's leading to this, or is it just pure kind of happenstance and just kind of a bizarre coincidence?
No, I don't think it's a bizarre coincidence. I think you're referring to Tallis also and Keats in this moment. We have to also be honest with ourselves that both players have come from a long way in order to get themselves available again for us. But we do have to keep in mind where they are coming from and the injuries that they've had prior to this season. And we try to keep the program as accurate as possible in order to give them the opportunity to get themselves in the best possible shape. But still, like I mentioned a couple of times already, when you have to play multiple games in a short period of time, that puts more pressure on the roster in general. So we just have to find out what's going on with Keats in this moment and try to prevent it from happening again, obviously.
And Pascal, I'm sorry to follow up. Just in terms of Maxi Morales, is there any further update on his status and what he could be looking at?
Well, we're waiting on confirmation of a few things. So once we know what's going on, you'll be one of the first persons that we will inform.
Michael?
Pascal, after some tough results this year, you've said that you're proud of the team's performance. Is that something you've used the word sad a couple of times tonight? So I didn't know if you were still proud of their effort and performance tonight.
Oh yes, make no mistake. I'm very proud of their effort tonight because, for instance, if you see Nico Cavallo tonight, who is always competing for a left fullback position behind Kevin O'Toole, making sure that he stays available and had to come into the team when Kevin got injured. And you see how this kid has been performing also with the game of tonight as a reference. I couldn't be prouder of him because he's one of the guys that has shown that he's able to deal with this program and keep his level quite consistent, which is very tough when you come into a team where you've been the number 2 for a while.
Great. Thank you, everybody.
Recording stop.